My name is Jessie, and I've been practicing yoga since 2017. I've been teaching since 2021. I'm 500 hours certified, over 500 hours certified, technically. So to say I'm obsessed is an understatement. I came to yoga as another form of exercise, and after one class, I realized it was way more mindfulness, spiritualness, and I was at the right place in life for all of that. So I decided if it transformed my life in the way it did, it can certainly transform others' lives if they are willing to practice. So here we are. I did my initial 200-hour teacher training during COVID, and I like to include that because that means I did it all online, which means I have a tendency to do things the way I learn them. So I'm really not the instructor that's going to come around and put you in specific positions. I will say, for those of you who are new and have never practiced, if you can't do something, if you can't get your body into a shape that looks similar to your peers or to me, don't. It is okay. This is not a competition. So, and if you do need, like if you would like to have individual instruction about something or have questions, you can feel free to get with me after class or at another time, and I would be happy to work with you. So you'll see I have a knee brace on. That is because I injured myself. Well, I was in a car accident and injured myself. And then I also injured myself going too deeply into a yoga pose when I first started practicing because my body was not ready for that. So that's a prime example of only doing what your body will allow. So with that being said, we're starting in a comfortable seat. So coming to your comfortable seat, and that means whatever is comfortable in your body. So you can sit with your legs crossed, you can sit with your legs straight out, or you can sit some other way that feels comfortable. And you're just going to close your eyes down, growing long and tall in your spine, letting your shoulders soften down your back, softening your face, your neck, and your jaw. Let your tongue come off the roof of your mouth. And then begin to tune into the natural rhythm of your breath pattern. And so your inhales are going to expand your belly, chest, and side bodies out as far as they'll go. And your exhales are going to allow all of those areas to travel back towards your back body. And so tuning into this breath pattern is a great way to come into the present moment. So come into the here and the now. That is the only place that life really exists. All of the previous events of the day have already been concluded, and all of the upcoming events later in the day or evening have yet to happen. And so bringing your attention to the here and the now. And so for those of you who have not practiced with me before, I like to choose different themes for my classes each week. And over the last several weeks, we have been exploring themes that are related to the yamas and niyamas, which are the first two installments in the 8-limbed path of yoga as outlined in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. And so each one, they are considered ethical principles. So the yamas have 5 different tenets, if you will, and the niyamas also have 5 different tenets. And this week's theme is surrounding the 4th tenet in the niyamas. So we're almost to the end of this little group of themes that I've had. And the 4th tenet in the niyamas is called Svadhyaya. And Svadhyaya is the Sanskrit word for self-study. And so I like to think of the simple term of self-study as being just that. But I also like to think of it as exploring your reactions to different ideas, concepts, behaviors. So if you make a silly little mistake, perhaps you go, why did I do that? You know, why am I doing this for? But with Svadhyaya, instead of being so critical of yourself, perhaps you can just get curious. Well, why did I actually do that? And take it a little bit deeper than just an emotional reaction. So over your next few breaths, just think about that little tidbit of information that I just gave you about Svadhyaya. And think about what self-study can really mean to you. So just breathing into that thought process. So releasing your hands from wherever they are, and you're going to rest one palm on your heart and the other palm on your belly. Take a full expansive inhale here in through the nose, feeling your belly and chest rise up underneath of your palms. And exhale to release those areas back towards your back body. Do that 2 more times. Inhale to expand. Exhale to release and sigh it out. Take another full inhale here, in through the nose. And exhale to release, navel to spine. And you can keep your eyes closed and just listen, or you can slowly flutter them open if you need to watch me. You're gonna bring your palms to rest on your knees. Can you guys hear me okay? You can hear? Okay. I'm famous for not talking loud enough. So if you can't hear me, just say, hey, I can't hear you. Hands on the knees. Next inhale, we're going to shrug, or we're going to arc the spine, shrug the shoulders down the back, look up towards the sky. So we're coming into some seated cat-cows. Exhale, round the spine, draw the chin in towards the chest and the navel towards the spine. Inhale, arc the spine, look up high, shoulders down the back. And then exhale to round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, arc the spine, look up high. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Next inhale, we're going to do the same movement. We're going to spread our arms out nice and wide. So arcing the spine, looking up high. Exhale, round the spine, draw the palms forward, let your fingertips touch down on your legs. 2 more like this. Inhale 2, arc the spine, look up high. Nice bright heart. Exhale 2, let your fingertips touch your knees, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale 2, arc the spine, look up high. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Next inhale, we're going to grow long and tall in the spine. Extend your fingertips out wide. Then as you exhale, let your right elbow come under your left and wrap your arms. So if this is too much for you, you can always just place your hands on your shoulders. These are called eagle arms. Next inhale, arc the spine, look up towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Two more just like that. Inhale to arc the spine, look up high. As you do so, press your elbows away from your body. Exhale to round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, arc the spine, look up towards the sky. And then exhale to round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Next inhale, we extend our arms out wide. So we're still seated, nice long spine. And then exhale to release. Let your palms rest on your legs. Close your eyes and just feel the effects of that little spinal movement in your body. Take one deep breath here in through the nose, growing long and tall in your spine once again. And then exhale, flutter your eyes open. We're going to make our way to stand up on our knees. So you might want to keep your block close by, and you might not. Everything is optional. So coming to stand on your knees in the middle of your mat. And we're going to come into a pose called gate pose. So next inhale, step the left sole of the foot out to the left. So you're standing on your right knee. And if you don't like the grass, you can always turn sideways on your mat. That's totally okay. Exhale two, let your shoulders melt down your back. Tuck your tailbone gently forward and up. So feel how that lengthens, especially your lumbar spine. Flipping your left palm up towards the sky on your left leg. Inhale, let your right fingertips float up high, gaze goes up. Exhale, we're gonna lean over to the left. So if you can't lean real far, that's okay. If you're feeling it, you're doing it. Take a full breath in through the nose. Exhale, perhaps your gaze goes up towards the sky under your right arm. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale, we float back through center, and then inhale, your palm lands on that blocker on the earth, and then left fingertips, left foot goes up towards the sky. Beautiful. Exhale to stay. Inhale, we raise both extended limbs a little higher. And then exhale to release and come back to center. And if you're using the block, you can move it to the other side, or if you think you'll need it. Standing on the knees, same other side. So we're going to extend the right foot out to the right. Right sole of the foot is on the earth. Taking a moment here, let the shoulders soften down the back. Gently tuck your tailbone up towards your belly button. Breathing out through the crown of your head. Next, inhale, right palm rests on the right leg up towards the sky. Float the left fingertips forward and up. Let your gaze travel up high, and then exhale. You're going to lean over to the right. Beautiful job. And everybody's on the right side. That's amazing. Even I'm on the right side. Inhale, reach through your left fingertips. Really keep your tailbone tucked forward. So that gets a nice deep stretch in your left side body. This is where you should be feeling most of this. Exhale to stay. Next inhale, we're going to bring our gaze up under our left armpit. Shoulders down the back. Beautiful job, ladies. And exhale. Inhale, we float through center. Left palm lands on the earth or on the block. Raising right fingertips, right foot up towards the sky. Nice job. Exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale. See if you can raise both of those limbs a little higher. And exhale to release. Come through center. And then we're going to make our way to a tabletop position. So tabletop means hips are over knees, and shoulders are over wrists. Taking a moment here to ground down through the four corners of your palms. So the four corners of your palms are the inner and outer portions of the balls of your hand, and the inner and outer portions here right above your wrist. So when you press down into the earth, you'll feel all of this ignition, activation in the muscles in your lower arms especially. And when you grip your mat with your finger pads, you should have a natural bend in that second knuckle of your fingers. And that automatically helps to turn your upper arms out and away from each other. Softening the tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears, we're going to come into some cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the hips, look up high. Exhale to press the earth away, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. So this is the same movement we did seated. We're just on all fours now. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the hips, look up. Exhale to press the earth away, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, belly drops, raise your gaze up. Keeping the grip of the mat in the finger pads. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Press the earth away. Next inhale, we're going to come back to center, back to stillness. So back to a neutral spine. Exhale, we're going to step to our plank pose. So if this is too much for you, you can always just keep your knees down. It's totally fine. So this is where the strength in our arms and shoulders comes in. And that's part of the reason why we hold, press into our palms, and grip the mat with our finger pads in that way. Take a full inhale here in through the nose. Exhale, elbows close to the ribs. You're going to lower yourself. Thank God, right? All the way down to the earth. Releasing all 10 toenails. And your palms are under your shoulders. Next inhale, you're going to peel your heart up. Let your gaze float up towards the sky. So this is your cobra pose. If you have lower back stuff going on, please don't rise up too high. That's okay. Exhale, let your forehead come down and touch the earth. Inhale, chin in towards the chest. So we're making this a nice ripply, flowy movement in our upper spine. Gaze goes up. Exhale, forehead touches down with the earth. Inhale, chin in towards the chest, peeling the heart up. Let your gaze travel up towards the sky. And exhale, forehead touches down with the earth. 2 more of these. Inhale, chin in towards the chest. Let your heart be bright and your gaze go up high. And then exhale, forehead touches down. Inhale, 2, rise up like a cobra. Gaze goes up. Exhale, forehead touches down to the earth. Take 1 breath in right here. Breath out, we're going to curl our toes, hinge our hips, press in to your palms and make your way back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And so I have noticed in my practice lately, if I have wrist stuff going on, if I just gently turn my hands out, my fingers out towards each corner of the mat, that helps to take some of the pressure off. So if that is a thing for you, please feel free to explore that little positioning. And so first down dog of the class, gripping your mat with your finger pads, pressing down into the 4 corners of the palms. Perhaps you walk your dog, so perhaps you bend your knees, pedal your feet, let your torso sway side to side, shake your head yes and no. Wherever you are in the pose, 3 deep breaths. Inhale to expand. And exhale to sigh it out. Fullest, deepest inhale here, in through the nose. Exhale to sigh. Take another deep breath in right here. And then exhale to release, come back to center, back to stillness. Next, inhale, rise your gaze up in between your hands. And then as you exhale, you're going to walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. So your feet can be hip distance or your big toes can touch here. That is yogi's choice. Once you get there, inhale up to Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Let your fingertips extend behind you. Beautiful. Exhale, nose towards the knees to forward fold. Inhale, fingertips raise behind. And then exhale, nose towards the knees to fold. Inhale, fingertips raise. And then exhale, nose to knees, forward fold. So we're going to be in this forward fold for another 3 breaths. Perhaps you bring opposite hands to opposite elbows. And find some movement by swaying, so you can pretend that your head is a pendulum. You're swaying from side to side. Let the head and arms be nice and heavy here. Fullest, deepest inhale here in through the nose. And exhale. Another deep breath in here. And exhale, full inhale here. And exhale to release, coming back to center, back to stillness. So pressing down through the 4 corners of the feet, spread out through your toes. So the 4 corners of the feet are the inner and outer portions of the balls of your feet and the inner and outer portions of your heels. Let your arms and head hang heavy. So release the grip of your elbows. Let your hands hang down. Top or crown of the head is down towards the earth. Pressing firmly into both feet. Inhale to come into what I like to call the zombie raise. Other people probably call it that too, but we'll just say me because that's who's teaching right now. And exhale, we meet in our Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, let your palms touch at heart center. Let your shoulders be soft down your back. Tuck your tailbone up towards your belly button. Next, inhale with palms pressed together. We're going to raise them up towards the sky along with our gaze. Exhale, swan dive down. So both arms and hands out to the sides. Lead with your heart to come into your forward fold. Inhale, hands are on the shins. We're going to raise up to a flat back. Shoulders are down the back. Exhale, plant your fingertips and step your right toes back, dropping your right knee down to the earth. So if you have a blanket, that's where that blanket might come in handy if you need to pad under your knee. Inhale 2, let your torso stack up over your hips, raise all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, gently drag your right hip forward and your left hip back. So that's a real subtle movement. It just squares your hips. And then exhale, let the hips sink down and cactus your arms. So bending your elbows. Take a full breath in through the nose. Breath out, we're going to let all 10 fingertips frame the front foot. Next breath in, we're going to straighten the back leg so that your right leg, tops of the shoulders are down and away from the ears. If you want to challenge yourself, maybe you get light in your hands. So maybe you raise your hands up off of the earth. Exhale to plant your palms and left big toe meets the right or Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So rechecking that you're pressing firmly into both palms. Next, inhale, bend your knees, raise your heels and hips up high. And then exhale, heels and heart. Melt down to the earth. Chin in towards the chest. We're inhaling to roll our bodies forward into our plank pose. So get your shoulders just a little bit in front of your wrists if you can. Also, you can drop your knees down. Exhale to actually drop your knees. Chest and then chin. See if you can keep your hips raised. And then inhale, release everything down. Release all 10 toenails. Peel your heart up back into that Bhujangasana cobra pose we were in a while ago. Exhale, curl toes, hinge hips. into your downward facing dog. Next, inhale, we're going to float the right toes up high towards the sky behind us. And if you're having trouble staying up, you can always have that bottom knee down. Exhale, round the spine, right knee in towards your chest, and step somehow. Step your right foot in between your hands. Keeping your left foot off to the left a little more, so not all the way to the long edge of the mat, but towards it. That helps with balance. Inhale, we're going to rise up to our high lunge position. Beautiful. Exhale, 2, drag left hip forward, right hip back, sink them down low. Inhale, see if you can bring your gaze up towards the sky, reach high into your fingertips. Exhale, drawing your navel towards your spine, you're going to step your left big toe to meet your right, and then inhale, we're going to sit right down into our chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale to stay. Inhale to stack your torso over your hips, reach high in your fingertips. Exhale, drop your hands down by your hips. Inhale, if you want to go crazy, raise your heels up. This is called drinking bird. Exhale, swan dive down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Take a full expansive inhale here. Exhale to sigh it out. Take another deep breath in right here. And exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale here in through the nose. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to rise up to a flat back. Fingertips on the earth. Exhale, we're going to step that right foot all the way back and turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. So we're setting up for a wide-legged fold position. Inhale 2, raise up to a flat back. Shoulders are down the back. Exhale, crown of the head comes down towards the earth. We're only here for one breath, but if you need to bend your knees, please feel free to do so. Take a full inhale here. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, raise up to a flat back. Exhale, heel toe your feet towards each other 1 or 2 times. Next inhale, we're going to turn the right toes to face the right short edge of the mat. So we're setting up for triangle pose. And I find it easier to have the feet a little closer together. And exhale, we're going to place the right hand somewhere on the right leg or a block. So if you don't want to go down super far, you don't have to. So having a block is real nice. It is definitely very nice to come into the proper alignment in the pose. Next, inhale with right palm down. We're going to raise our left fingertips up. Exhale to stay. Inhale, see if you can tuck your tailbone a little more forward towards the long edge of the mat. Exhale to stay. Inhale, raise the left fingertips a little higher. And exhale, we're going to release the right hand. So you're releasing the right hand from, it's going to be floating. So we're releasing it from the earth or your block. Next, inhale, using the momentum in your core. Keep your arms out wide. Tuck your tailbone forward. We're rising all the way up. All 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. So we're coming into our 5-pointed star position. And exhale. We're going to cactus our arms. Let our heels face each other. Toes out to the side. So you may have to walk them in towards each other. We're going to sink down into our goddess pose. Ladies, we are all goddesses. Inhale to stack the torso over the hips. Really tuck the tailbone up high. And exhale to stay. It's totally fine. You should have seen me the other day falling around. Take a full breath in, and I do this stuff all the time. Exhale, see if you can lean or see if you can sink down more low. Take another deep breath in, just one more. Exhale, straighten your legs, turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. We come back to our Prasarita pose. So you may want to heel toe your feet out once again. Take a full breath in here. And exhale. Take another deep breath in to expand. Exhale, navel to spine. Last breath in here. We're going to raise up to a flat back. Fingertips are on the earth. Exhale, we're going to turn and face the front edge of the mat. Inhale, now we come into a low runner's lunge position. So drop your hips down. Beautiful. Exhale to kick off of that back foot, and then inhale, we let the left toes float up behind us, nose towards the right knee. And if you're not on the right side, it's okay. Just do opposite side next time. Exhale, left big toe meets the right. And we fold, nose towards the knees. Take one expansive inhale here, in through your nose. And exhale. Keeping your head and arms heavy, chin in towards your chest. Ground down through the four corners of the feet, spread out through the toes. Next inhale, come into your zombie raise. So peeling yourself up nice and slow, soft bend in the knees. And then exhale, we meet in Tadasana, our mountain pose. Thank God we only have two sides, right? Next inhale, let your palms touch at heart center. Let your shoulders soften down your back. Perhaps you close your eyes. Let your tailbone tuck up towards your belly button. And exhale. Just remember, no matter where you are mentally here, this is all about getting curious. Inhale with palms pressed together. We rise them up. Let our gaze go up towards the sky. And then exhale, swan dive down, leading with your heart to come into your forward fold. Inhale to stretch your arms out behind you. Spread out through your fingers as you do that. Beautiful. Exhale, plant your fingertips, step your left toes back, and drop your left knee down to the earth. So we're doing all that stuff that we just did on the other side. Inhale, fingertips float forward and up, torso stacks over the hips. Let your gaze and fingertips reach up high. Gently drag left hip forward, right hip back. Exhale, cactus your arms and let your hips sink down low. Take a full breath in. Breath out, all 10 fingers frame your front foot. Breath in, we straighten the back leg. So once again in our low runner's lunge, and perhaps we take a moment to get light in our fingers. Perhaps we don't. That's okay too. Exhale to plant your palms and let your right big toe meet your left big toe in your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pressing down through the four corners of the palms, grip the mat with the finger pads. Inhale, bend your knees, raise heels and hips up high. Exhale, heels and heart melt down towards the earth. Chin in toward your chest. You're rolling your body forward into your plank pose. Let your shoulders be in front of your wrists if you can. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and then chin, elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, release the entire front side of your body down. Peel your heart up for your cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, curl toes, hinge hips for your downward facing dog. Next, inhale, we're going to raise the left toes up towards the sky. So you didn't keep your shoulders squared as you do this. Exhale to round the spine, draw the left knee in towards your nose, and however you can get it in between your hands, that's where we meet. Stepping your right toes off to the right, So not all the way flush with the long edge of the mat, but towards it. That helps with balance. Because on your next inhale, you're going to rise yourself up and we meet in our high lunge position. Exhale, drag right hip forward, left hip back, sink them down low. Take a full breath in, reach high through the fingertips. Breath out, right big toe meets the left, and then breath in, we meet in our Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, stack the torso over the hips, raise the fingertips high. Exhale, let the fingertips float down by the hips. Inhale, if you're coming with me, you do not have to do this, but you can. Raise your heels up high, so our drinking bird position. As you do this, press down or pull down through your fingertips, shoulders down the back. Exhale, 2. Swan dive down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. And 3 deep breaths right here. So inhale to expand. And exhale. Take a full inhale here to expand. And exhale, navel to spine. Inhale deeply in through the nose. And exhale. Next inhale, you're going to rise up to a flat back. Exhale, you're going to step the left foot back this time. And we're making our way to Prasarita positions, our wide-legged fold position. If you're not facing the right way, as long as you're doing the opposite side as last time, we're good. And if you're not and you want extra work on one side, that's okay too. Yogi's choice. Inhale to rise up to a flat back, shoulders down the back. Exhale, crown of the head is going to come down towards the earth. We're here for one breath once again, but if you need to bend your knees to give your hamstrings space, feel free to do so. One deep breath in through the nose. And exhale to release. Inhale, fingertips on the earth. We're rising up to a flat back. Exhale, just heel toe your feet in towards each other just a couple of times. This gives your hamstrings some more space as we set up for our triangle pose. So next inhale, we're going to point the left toes towards the left short edge of the mat. And perhaps you have your block close by. Exhale, let your left hand land either on your left leg or on your block. And then inhale, we peel our heart open to the right. Right fingertips go up towards the sky. And exhale, press your tailbone forward. Let your shoulders shrug together down your back. Take a full expansive inhale here, in through the nose. And exhale, fullest, deepest breath in. And on your next exhale, you're going to release that left hand, so let it float. This works more into your core, as you will notice. Take a full breath in. See if you can rise up nice and slow using the momentum in your core. And then we meet in our 5-pointed star position. So each arm is out to the sides, all 10 toes are facing the long edge of your mat. Take a full breath in here. Breath out, let's come into our goddess pose. So you're turning your heels towards each other. You may even walk them in. You may walk your feet towards each other. All 10 toes are facing each corner of your mat. Exhale, hips sink down low. Inhale, see if you can really back your torso up to stack over your hips. Exhale, this time we're going to dance. So see if you can rock back and forth in your goddess pose, and boy, that breeze is glorious. Take a full inhale here, shoulders down the back. And exhale, fullest, deepest inhale here. And exhale, take another deep breath in. And exhale back to stillness, back to center, back to stillness. Inhale, straighten your legs, let your arms float out, arc your spine up towards the sky. Exhale, float your fingertips down towards the earth, back into your Prasarita pose. So perhaps in this Prasarita, perhaps you find some movement. Perhaps you bring opposite hands to opposite elbows. Perhaps you pretend the crown of the head is like a pendulum. Perhaps you stay completely still. Fullest, deepest breath in. Hand breath out, navel to spine. Take another deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, navel to spine. One last deep breath here. And exhale. Next inhale, coming back to center, back to stillness. Release the grip of the arms if you have it. Fingertips are on the earth. We rise up once again to a flat back. And then exhale, we're going to turn over our left leg this time. So if you're facing backwards, that's totally fine. We're going to come into our low runner's lunge position. Fullest, deepest breath here in through the nose. And exhale. Next breath in, kick off of your back foot. Raise your right toes up towards the sky. Breath out. Nose towards the knee. Left knee to fold. Take one breath in here. And breath out. Let right big toe meet the left one and fold. Beautiful, ladies. Fullest, deepest breath in. Feeling the expansion underneath. So the expansion of your belly, chest, and side bodies from this position. Perhaps that sparks a little hint of getting curious. And exhale, navel to spine. Fullest, deepest breath in. And exhale. Take another deep breath in through the nose. And exhale to release. Next inhale, you're going to rise up to a flat back. And then exhale, you're going to step your left foot back. Let your left knee drop down to the earth. You're going to make your way to pigeon pose. If you need to see me, feel free to just turn around and face the front of the mat. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but okay. Not your fault, definitely mine. So your right knee is going to come in between your hands and your left leg is going to be extended out behind you. If you don't think your hips are going to come all the way down, that's where your block and or your blanket comes in. So you can always place the block under your hip. If that's too high, if you have your blanket handy, and I have blankets over there, you can always fold it and place it under your hip. Matter of fact, I think that's how I'm rolling this evening. Straightening your left leg out behind you. Right knee is bent in between your hands. You can go the full extension of pigeon pose and bring that right foot up towards the top. That is how I tore my meniscus, so I will not be doing that ever again. Planting your palms on either side, or your fingertips on either side of your right knee. Next inhale, draw your right shoulder forward. So when you do that little turn, your left shoulder. When you do that little turn, that presses that left hip down and it really gets a nice stretch into your right glute and your left hip. Exhale to stay. Next inhale, you're going to draw your gaze back, look up towards the sky. And then exhale. If you have the space, walk your body forward, lean your torso over your right knee, and stack one palm on top of the other and let your forehead rest. You cannot come all the way down. That's where the block comes in once again. So you can feel free to rest your forehead on your block. fullest, deepest inhale here in through the nose. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. See if you can really press that left hip down and forward. So that's where your stretch is going to come in. Exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in right here. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to release our palms. So we're bringing our forehead up. Let your palms plant around your front knee. Chin in towards your chest. You're going to peel yourself all the way up. Gaze goes up towards the sky. And then exhale, we're going to curl the back toes and make our way back to our downward facing dog. So just getting there however you can. Take a full breath in here. And breath out. Next breath in. Left toes are going to float up towards the sky. You can keep your shoulders squared. Exhale, round the spine, left knee to nose, and draw it in between your hands. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So our pigeon pose. So your left knee comes in between your hands. Your right leg is straightened out behind you. So remembering that you can use your blanket if you need to. All right, so you can have back toes curled or not. You'll notice the difference in sides, and you'll notice the difference in different positioning, even just with your foot. So pressing down firmly into your palms or your fingertips. Inhale, you're going to draw the right shoulder and right hip forward, left hip back. So that's where you get the deepest amount of stretch. Let your gaze go up towards the sky. And then exhale to let your torso drape over your left knee if you're coming all the way down. So that is an option. You do not have to do that. Everything is yogi's choice. Take a full breath in to expand. And breath out, navel to spine. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, fullest, deepest inhale to expand. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to press into the palms, peel your heart up, and then exhale, however you can get there. We're going to meet back once again in our plank pose. So shoulders are over wrists, and remember, you can keep your knees down if you need to. Take one breath in right here. Beautiful, ladies. Exhale to lower your entire body all the way down, elbows close to the ribs. We're going to come back into those cobra sways that we did earlier. So inhale to draw your chin in towards your chest, peel your heart up, gaze goes up high. Exhale, make it nice and flowy. So we're rippling the upper spine, forehead touches the earth. Next, inhale, chin in towards the chest, gaze goes up. Exhale, forehead touches down to the earth. 3 more like this. Inhale to rise up, gaze goes up high. Exhale, forehead touches down. Next, inhale, we rise up once again. And then exhale, forehead touches down. One more, inhale to rise. And exhale, forehead touches down. Next inhale, we're simply going to roll over and make our way onto our backs. So we're coming into a reclined position. And as you exhale, just feel your body settle in to this position. So knees are bent, soles of the feet are on the earth. We're going to set up for our Seto Bandhasana, our bridge pose. The knees are bent, soles of the feet are on the earth. We're going to tuck our tailbone up towards our belly button and draw our chin in towards our chest. So just notice how that little movement, just doing that little movement, presses the majority of your spine down into the earth. Keeping your knees straight up towards the sky. Next inhale, begin by walking your feet back towards your sits bones, your hips, your glutes, or not your glutes. Yes, your glutes. Walking your feet back towards your bum. Exhale, see if you can get curious and see if you can reach your fingers to touch the backs of your feet. And if you cannot do that, that's okay. If you have the flexibility, perhaps you wrap your hands around your ankles. That's wonderful. Next, inhale. See if you can keep those fingers and feet right where they are. Raise your hips up about halfway, drawing your knees in towards each other. So feel how that lights up your inner groin muscles. Exhale to stay. Inhale, see if you can raise the hips even higher. Beautiful. Exhale to stay. Next, inhale, maybe hips go up further. Maybe they don't. And maybe you use a block under your hips for a supported bridge. Exhale to stay. Next inhale, if you want to take it even further, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Exhale, drop the right knee down and notice how that raises the hips even higher. Beautiful job. Take one more breath in. Breath out, keeping the ankle crossed. Let your hips float back down to the earth. And then let your right foot, which is the one that is crossed over the left knee, fall over to the left. So you are going to be laying on your left hip. Right sole of the foot is on the earth. If that is too much for you, you can always just let both knees touch. So folding both legs in and letting both knees touch. Exhale here. Next inhale, you're going to extend your arms out to the sides. So either a T or a goalpost position for your arms. And if you really hate touching the grass, you can just rest your hands on your body. Exhale, you're going to let your gaze come off to the right. So this is a funny variation of reclined spinal twist. Take a full inhale here. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Take a deep breath in. And breath out, navel to spine. Fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, unwind your legs. Let your hips come back through center. And exhale, we land right where we started when we came into a reclined position. So we're going to do all of that on the other side. So start by gently tucking your tailbone up towards your belly button. Let your shoulders be soft, drawing your chin in towards your chest. Walking your feet as you breathe in back towards your sits bones. And then as you breathe out, perhaps you can just touch your ankles with your fingers. Perhaps you can wrap your hands around your ankles. And perhaps none of that works, and that's okay. Just go as far as you can. Knees straight up towards the sky. Breath in. We're going to raise the hips up about halfway. Let the shoulders shrug down away from the ears. Breath out to stay. Next breath in, raise the hips up just a little bit higher. Draw the knees in towards each other. Breath out to stay. Next breath in, raising the hips up even higher if you have the space. And breath out to stay. Next breath in, if you want to take it all the way. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Breath out, press the left knee down and away from your body. So down towards the earth. Take another breath in through the nose. You ladies look gorgeous. Breath out, let your hips drop down, keeping your ankle crossed, and then you're going to let that left foot touch down with the earth. And so if you're like me and you have knee stuff, perhaps your bottom leg is straightened. Bringing your arms out into a T or a goalpost shape. Take a deep breath in through the nose, keeping that left knee up towards the sky. Breath out, you're going to let your gaze fall over towards the left. So as you do that, see if you can keep both shoulders plugged down into the earth. Take another full expansive inhale here. And exhale. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, navel to spine, sigh it out. Take another deep breath in, nice full expansive breath. Exhale to sigh it out and release. Unwind your legs. Drawing your knees and feet to touch. Draw your knees in towards your face, face towards your knees. Wrap your hands around your shins. Full breath in here for a nice big hug. And breath out, we meet in our final Shavasana. So Shavasana is the final pose of the class where we come into full and complete rest. So taking whatever position in your body feels good to do just that. There is no more work to do in our class this evening, except for to come into nice quiet stillness in your final Shavasana. And every time your mind wanders, come back to full focus on your breath. Slowly begin once again to deepen your breath. Perhaps you bring some subtle movements, reintroduce some subtle movements back into your physical body by way of wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. Perhaps you take a long body stretch by bringing your arms up overhead, stretching out through your fingers, pointing down through your toes. Perhaps you windshield wiper your feet and your knees. Maybe you give yourself another hug, taking any other movements that might feel good in your body while you're still reclined, before making your way back nice and slow to your comfortable seated position. So we're finishing where we started. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, once in your comfortable seat, whatever comfortable seat means to you, one last moment to close your eyes down. Get long and tall in your spine. Let your shoulders be soft down your back. Soften your face, neck, and jaw. Bring your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. And bringing one palm to rest on your heart and the other palm to rest on your belly. And just breathing into these areas that are lightly touching your body. So breathing into your palms, resting on these areas. And then just taking a moment here as you do that little bit of breath work. So you're breathing naturally, but you're feeling your palms rise and lower. Just notice the difference between now and an hour ago in your mind, body, and spirit. And allow this time to maybe getting curious about that. And releasing your palms from your body now, allow them to touch at heart center. Bow your chin in toward your chest. Thank your body and your breath for this practice. Thank yourself for showing up. I always say that's half the battle. Bringing your thumbs to touch at your third eye center, the space in between your eyebrows. And the light and the dark in me honors the light and the dark in each one of you. Namaste.